Neha, sometimes I feel so frustrated. I try translating sentences from Hindi to English, and it just doesn't sound right.
I know that struggle. Why don't we tackle it together?
Like, for instance, I wanted to say, मैं उस जगह में 5 साल से काम कर रहा हूँ. It looks good to me, but I know it's not quite right in English.
I totally get it. What did you say in English?
I said, I am working at that place for 5 years.
Oh, that's close. The correct way would be, I have been working at that place for 5 years. This indicates an ongoing action that started in the past and continues to the present.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
Keep going. What else do you have?
Okay, how about this one? वो यहाँ 2 घंटे से है.
I think you might have said, he is here since 2 hours.
Yes, was that wrong too?
Yeah, the correct version is he has been here for 2 hours. This emphasizes the duration of being present at a place.
Got it. This is harder than I thought.
Don't worry. It gets easier with practice. What's next?
I said, मैंने उसे पार्क में देखा.
And what did you say in English?
I said, I saw him in the park.
That's not bad, but the better way would be, I saw him at the park. Using it specifies the location more clearly.
Oh, okay.
What else do you have?
Okay, here's another one. हर छात्र को किताबें दी गई.
You probably said, each student was given books.
Yes.
The correct one is every student was given books. Every is often preferred for individual focus.
All right. I think I see a pattern here.
Exactly. It's all about the small nuances.
Here's a tricky one. जब मैंने उसे फोन किया, वो पहले से ही सो रहा था.
You might have said, when I called him, he was sleeping already.
Yes. Is that incorrect too?
Yes, the correct sentence would be, when I called him, he had already been sleeping. This indicates that his sleeping started before the call.
Wow, this is eye-opening.
I'm glad. Let's keep going.
Okay, how about this? मैंने इस फिल्म को 3 बार देखा है.
You probably said, I saw this movie 3 times.
Exactly.
And the better way to say it is, I have seen this movie 3 times. Using have seen connects the experience to the present.
Ah, that's interesting.
It's a little tricky. What's next?
मैंने पिछले साल से कोई किताब नहीं पढ़ी.
Did you say, I didn't read any book from last year?
How do you know?
The correct version would be, I haven't read any book since last year. Using since emphasizes the starting point of the period.
Oh, I see the difference now.
Yes. This is super helpful.
How about, अगर तुम्हें समय मिलता है, तो तुम मेरी पार्टी में आ सकते हो.
Don't tell me you said, if you get time, you can come to my party.
Unfortunately, yes.
The better version would be, if you have time, you can come to my party. Have time sounds more natural in this context.
That makes sense.
Let's do a couple more.
Okay, red light पर बाएं मुड़ें.
You probably said, turn left from the red light.
Yes.
The better version is, turn left at the red light. That is more specific for directions.
Got it. This is a great exercise.
Exactly. You're learning.
What about this? हालांकि मैं उसे कुछ समय से जानता हूँ, फिर भी मुझे विश्वास नहीं होता कि वो कितना जिद्दी है.
You said, although I've known him for a while, I still can't believe how much stubborn he is.
That's right.
The correct way is, although I've known him for a while, I still can't believe how stubborn he is. Removing much makes the sentence sound more natural.
Okay, I need to remember that. Neha, I've been trying to ask someone for directions, but I can't get the translation right.
What do you want to say?
I want to ask, मुझे बैंक कहाँ मिल सकता है? But when I try to translate it, it doesn't sound right.
That's a common mistake. What did you say in English?
I said, where I can find a bank?
Oh no, that's not quite right. The correct way is, where can I find a bank?
Really? Why is that?
In English, we use the auxiliary verb can before the subject I in questions. So it should be where can I find a bank? instead of where I can find a bank?
That makes sense. It's so tricky sometimes. Neha, this translation practice is really helping. Speaking of which, I came across another phrase, क्या आपको एक गिलास वाइन चाहिए?
Oh, I love this one. What did you say in English?
I said, do you like a glass of wine?
That's close. The better way to say it is, would you like a glass of wine? Would you like is more polite and appropriate for offers.
Okay, I need to remember that. And speaking of promises, remember what I said earlier? मैं वादा करता हूँ कि मैं अगले सप्ताह तुम्हें फोन करूँगा.
You might have translated that as, I promise I call you next week.
हाँ, मैंने ऐसा ही कहा.
The correct way is, I promise I'll call you next week. Adding I'll makes it clear that the action will happen in the future.
Nice. And how about this? मेरी माँ चाहती थी कि मैं डॉक्टर बनूं.
You probably translated that as, my mother wanted that I be doctor.
Yes, exactly.
The correct way would be, my mother wanted me to be a doctor. Using me to be properly reflects the intention.
I see the difference now. What about, क्या आपके पास इस परियोजना पर चर्चा करने के लिए कुछ मिनट हैं?
Do you have a few minutes to discuss about this project? Is incorrect. His smoother way is, do you have a few minutes to discuss this project? The phrase discuss about is unnecessary, discuss is sufficient.
I love how I am improving. Let's wrap up with this one. सबसे महत्वपूर्ण मुद्दों में से एक स्थानीय मॉल में पार्किंग की जगहों की कमी है.
One of the most important issue is the lack of parking spaces at the local mall. Is incorrect. It should be, one of the most important issues is the lack of parking spaces at the local mall. Issues should be plural since we're talking about multiple important matters.
Awesome. This is really helping me see the nuances in translation.
I'm so glad. Keep practicing, and you'll be a pro in no time. And hey, don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you never miss out on any of my fun videos.